Every once in a while, I'll just be random because that's just me. And I'm sitting here at Saturday morning. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. I've already been up for a couple of hours. Sent a couple of emails. You know, conceptualized some things that I'm working on. And then I'm sitting here and I realize that I really don't have anything to do. And I, who am always talking about going from being a human doing to a human being, and I'm sitting here trying to figure out why I think that I always have to be doing something. Now, the truth of the matter is, the reason why I feel like I have to be doing something is so layered that as I begin to mentally unpack it, I realize that this is deeper than even I thought it was. Because I thought I was going to get on here and talk about the reason why I feel like I have to always be doing something. And the reasons that I thought are surface, but it's deeper than that. Because I was going to talk about how the reason why I always feel like I have to be doing something is because when my first marriage came to an end, I was told I would never be able to raise the kids or survive without them. And so I set out to prove that person wrong. And my plan was to talk about how it became less about the person. Really, it was really not about the person and more about me proving to myself that I was, and all of that. But then I realized that the implanted need to do is based on capitalism. And it goes even deeper than that for me as a black woman in America. I remember I had a job one time, and they would say, this was a retail job, if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. Now, if you are working in a place that is not busy and you have cleaned everything from top to bottom because you had nothing else to do, you got time to lean. But it's based in a capitalistic society, and the society is driven by capitalism because of chattel slavery. My daughter, my oldest, she has, I think her bachelor's is in music performance. Her master's is in history. Her master's thesis, I believe, was healing backwards, talking about Gullah Geechee culture and her discovery of it in our family. But she is also getting a PhD right now in history. And this is not about her education. This is really about her awareness. When she went into therapy, she began to set boundaries with me. And I didn't like the way that felt. But what I also realized is that a lot of the things that we do are steeped in a culture that does not love us, that never loved us and only wants to use us. Therefore, a human doing is necessary to support that, but a human being is simply existing. And I'm always talking about how all I want is the freedom to exist as I am, unencumbered by other people's expectations, rules, or opinions. That's all I want. That's all I want out of life. And so being is much more important than doing. And so today, this Saturday, what is it? July the 11th, I'm going to practice being. Don't get me wrong. My brain is jumping up and down because I am coming to the end of my doctoral project before I move into writing my professional project paper/dissertation. And there are a gajillion things that I could be doing today, especially since I don't have any ministry or nonprofit or business or creative things scheduled today. But today, I'm going to practice just being inside my skin, being alive, breathing. Now, why? Because all that rushing, all that pressure got you down, has your head spinning all around. Feel the rhythm, chant the rhyme, come on along and have a real good time. That's a part of me being, because I will randomly burst into song. In other words, I'll bust out singing in a minute if something reminds me of a song. That's a part of me being who I am. And so I'm going to practice being today. And I want to encourage you to practice being. Just be. If that means staying in the bed all day, just stay in the bed all day. If that means getting up and taking everything out of your closet and trying it on and seeing how you look and putting on makeup and changing your hair and trying different styles, if that's what it means for you to be today, do it. If it means pulling out your grandma's recipe book and deciding that you're going to cook her bread pudding today, if that's what it means for you to be today, then you be. If it's getting out in the heat and running 6 miles, although I do not understand why somebody would do that. But if that's what it is, that's you being, then be. Whatever it is. You have a right to exist as you are. You have a right to define yourself for yourself. You have a right to thrive and flourish. You have a right to heal in community. You have a right to heal in solitude. Whatever it is, just be. I encourage you today to just be. On this 1D1 of July, yes, I said 1D1. When my kids were little, they used to ask me, well, they used to say 1D1 for 11. So today I'm going to be. That will include a lot of random bursts of song. That will include random acts of kindness. That will include blowing bubbles. And that will include lots and lots of talking. So I'm going to end this, I hate mispronunciations. You'll get used to it. I'm going to end this the way I end all my other stuff. Start your healing journey as soon as possible. Now, in order to start your healing journey, you must first acknowledge that there is something from which you need to heal. Stop lying to yourself here. Stop lying to yourself. You are too old to be unhappy. Therefore, go ahead on and get to healing so that you can enjoy this last part of your life. Listen, I don't know what the afterlife looks like. But I know one thing. If you want to enjoy the life you have now, start being honest with yourself about who you are. Listen, stop. I don't know why. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. It's the pain. It's the pain. That's why we need to heal. We lie to ourselves about who we are because of the pain of the truth of who we are and what went into making us who we are. We don't become who we are in a vacuum. We become who we are by things that we experience, by traumas, by information and education. This is how we become who we are. And if we are not willing to tell ourselves the truth about who we are, then we lie to ourselves about who we are. So heal. Start your healing journey. Acknowledge that there is something from which you need to heal. Once you do that, start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. And you can do that the same way that you can eat the entire world. And that is one bite at a time. Deuces, be today.